Good afternoon. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are doing well. It's a great day today, everybody. Well, it's a beautiful day out there, and of course, uh, it's getting into those ready for the fall season as well. I love summer, but my two favorite seasons are fall and winter. Believe it or not, I love the spring too. Summer is good for me, Sometimes I like the summer. I just don't like when it's too hot. I hate humidity. It's the worst. Anyway, you're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Today is Wednesday, August 24th. I hope you guys are doing well and I hope you're having a great day. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Now, folks, the show, if you're just watching it for the first time, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon. And we got a lot of good stuff. Let's have some fun. Let's don't forget, folks, to check some of our sponsors, folks. We're going to split them up a little bit today instead of getting them all in one. McCampbell Law Group, Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Give my buddy Roy a call at 708-275-4264. Let's not forget our good buddy Sal from Deutsch Power Center, the Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry in the Chicagoland for the last 100 years. Call our friend Sal at Deutsch Power Center, right out of Elgin, Illinois. 224-276-6550. And don't forget my wife's company called Laura Ocean Solutions. If you're dealing with credit cards and you want to save money on those fees, it's very simple. Increase profits while reducing credit card fees with Laura Ocean Solutions. Check out my wife's company because it's a good deal because she owns the company, so there's no middlemen, no bullshit. Try it out. That's Laura Ocean Solutions. All right, let's get down to Airtight Windows. My good buddy Lou, siding and specialist, family owned for 30 years. For honesty and quality, do it right with Airtight Windows. 708-788-5000, folks. And I just noticed, folks, also, you can see the show. You can see the show live. Obviously, you can see it now on the Tony Ocean Show. Then on the Facebook page, but then you can see it on the Mo Carrara page. Also, you can see it on Twitter. You can see the show on Twitter. You can see the show on YouTube and subscribe. And every day for the last 2 weeks, every time I start the show on my phone, it says you are live on LinkedIn. So I guess now you can see Ocean's Pit on LinkedIn as well. So there's 4 or 5 different ways to watch Ocean's Pit Monday through Friday, folks. Don Esteban Cigars, Turpin Springs, Florida. Get them a hand roll right to the house. 727-366-7536. And our good buddies from Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois. Speaking of them, I'm going there today. I get the trim, I get the dye. You got to do that. But they recreate great hair days. Anthony and Carmela, 773-999-7888, right out of Rosemont, Illinois, folks. All right. Good things to talk about, folks. Couple things. Thank you for everybody always asking about Mama D. Mama D is doing much better. Let's go. Isabella Drake, Albert, Joanne, Patrick, how you doing? Richard Hamlin in the house. Bill Malarkey, let's get the party started. Lefty is in the house. Hope you guys are doing well. And this is Ocean Pit. Everybody now asking about Mama D. Mama D, as you know, if you're just listening for the first time, went away for about a month. She had some problems with breathing and her blood pressure and stuff because she has COPD. But they moved her to a rehab center and she's been doing great. And chances are she might be coming home on Friday. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So thank you for calling and asking everything about Mama D. We really do appreciate very much. She's doing great and she misses you all. And maybe she'll be watching today. And sometimes she does watch. Yesterday we celebrated our son Joey's birthday, 26 years old. Didn't do too much, just had the family over and had some food and we sat in the backyard. Me and Nico smoked a couple cigars, but it was nice having everybody together. Unfortunately, Mama D couldn't be there. Unfortunately, Gianna got there late, our daughter, because she was working, so she was not in the pictures. And Tony's girlfriend, Angelica, she wasn't there either. And Nico and, of course, and Eric were there with Marissa and Nina and Tony, of course, and my wife, Laura. Not in the picture is our sister, Natalie. Natalie, as of 2 days ago, got COVID-19. Now, Natalie and our mom, they live, we have a extension in our home. where they have their own home and their own house and their own mailbox and their own driveway and their own whatchamacallit. So she had a fever. She did get COVID. Now, yesterday she had the fever, but today the fever is gone and she's just relaxing. So she's doing great. So if you want to reach out to Natalie and give her a little thumbs up. Natalie, if you're listening, we love you, honey. But she's doing well. So that's a good sign. Almost like we're calling it the flu now, because basically remember back in 2019 when you felt tired or a sore throat or you had the flu, especially this time of season. But Natalie is doing much better. Like I said, she had a fever for one day and now she's just recovering. So she'll be good. Say hello to Natalie, reach out. Kathy, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And then yesterday after the party, we always, couple times in the last couple of years, there's a foundation called the Almost Home Foundation. And that is for pets, for dogs. It's an adoption agency. You go over there and get these dogs who need homes. Two years ago, I think was the first year I did it. Natalie, our sister-in-law, worked with one of the girls that run the foundation called Almost Home Foundation in Schaumburg. And they asked me to come and sing. So if you guys seen it a couple years ago, I went to the center and, they put us in front of 2 or 3 dogs. We sang to the dog and the dogs were all happy. And it was a lot of fun. It had a lot of views and it was a good cause and they raised a lot of money. But so that was a great thing. And then they asked me to do it again. So yesterday they told me to come in between the hours of 6 and 10. And we went over there to the Almost Home Foundation and they had dunk contests and they had everything to raise money for the foundation. And I got to sing Love Again by Nat King Cole, Love, and for a couple different dogs there. And it's a great, oh my God, first of all, you know how much I love animals. Second of all, we have 3 dogs of our own here. And of course, my wife fell in love with another one. Thank God. She was almost, she was going to take that one home. But there was just some pictures on Facebook of everybody doing. So we sang and we love it. And I just love giving back to animals, especially I love dogs. I love all animals. I like cats, but I'm allergic to them pretty bad. Even though I had a cat in my 3rd marriage. And after a while, I wasn't allergic anymore. Maybe I got used to it. I don't know what it was. But anyway, Almost Home Foundation in Schaumburg. Check it out. If you're looking for a dog, go over there, man. They have beautiful dogs. The dogs look happy there, too. One gentleman that we were talking about, you go sometimes into these places and the dogs look like they're, walking back around the fences and you're not comfortable. Maybe like they're all like freaked out or something. But the dogs look like they were all happy there. They're being taken care of. They have a lot of love there. There's a lot of love in that room, man. And we were only there for about a half hour. But it was very cool. I might even donate my time, maybe get a part-time job there as a volunteer because I love animals that much. I love dogs that much. So very cool. Interesting thing. If you're looking for a dog, check out Almost Home Foundation in Schaumburg and go in there and ask for Kelly Kane, 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 which we'll have her on the show. And we'll talk about Almost Home Foundation. So that's good. I hope you guys are all doing great. I hope you're having a great day. Now, tonight we were supposed to be at JC Pub in McCook, but they double booked or something. So we're back there October 27th. And we all know I've been promoting this 3 more days. Ryan's final goodbye shows. Tomorrow, Pasta Mia in Bartlett. That's a 7:00 hit. Outside patio. And folks, if it rains, we will be inside. So that's a great thing about tomorrow night, along with Tony Toto. That's a 7:00 hit. Friday will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Rhino at 8:00. And Saturday, the last one. Remember, he's leaving Illinois September 10th. But he's got the taste. He's got stuff he's got to do and pack and all that stuff. So that'd be the last show he does with me is this Saturday at Taverna in Melrose Park, outside patio with Ryan, of course, and Tony Toto. That's an 8:00 hit. So last 3 days, man. And I'm happy to say that we got some great guys that still work with me. Of course, Jerry Jams. We got Jeff Dubray, Daryl Armistad, the professor. We just picked up another good friend of mine, Carlo Joseph, will be working with me, along with Donnie DeMarco as well. So we'll still have some new guys coming in and out, but we'll still be playing along with, of course, Jerry, Daryl, and Jeff, and still keeping the Tony Ocean live and ready to go for you people to come out and enjoy. So a lot of fun with that. I'm excited. All right. What else we got? We got some stories to tell. Now, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, the news got some crazy news. And every time stuff's on, you never know what they're going to say. And any story that's out there is so outrageous anymore that nothing kind of shocks me anymore. Because you go from one thing, somebody getting stabbed, somebody getting shot, somebody getting robbed, somebody getting raped, some kid getting. I mean, it's just brutal. Every story. Some guy, like yesterday, we mentioned somebody was having sex with a dog and got arrested. I mean, this is what's going on in this crazy world that we live in. But just like my mom said, Mama D said, it's not the world that's screwed up. It's a lot of certain individuals. You know what I did notice? Peggy Flynn from Wisconsin. How you doing? Kathy from California, everybody. Hello, Ocean Spit. You know what I noticed a lot in these last couple months? The stories from different places. A lot of crazy stuff's happening in Arlington Heights. A lot of crazy stuff's happening in Texas. All these, it's always like from different spots. And it always says, man, in Arlington Heights. Or it's always like, wow. You think that before, that a lot of times it would be certain areas in your town that was dangerous, but now, like we know, they're coming to any town. We just talked about yesterday on the show about the resorts in Mexico. When, you used to go to Mexico, you used to worry, but stay off the path, make sure you stay on the path, stay in the resort, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? But now the Sands Resort in Mexico already had like 3 people killed or 3 people missing. So now they're going into the resorts. They don't give a shit anymore. The ropes are off. The gloves are off. They don't care. So it is what it is. But look at this, folks. The Mormons, Mormons set up a church to help lure to people help for sexual assault. And many calls were funneled to their lawyers. 7 years this has been going on, folks. You know what? You get these organizations sometimes, you just don't know. Patrice, how you doing, my dear friend? Patrice, of course, former Honey Bears for the Chicago Bears. How you doing, honey? I hope you're doing well. It was great seeing you a couple of weeks ago at the Mongo Bash for Steve Michael Carroll. How you doing, my dear? Thank your son, Carol, for getting me that Green Hornet and Cato figure, which I'll pick up next. Let me know, Carol, when you're coming to the show, and I'll make sure I get that money to you. Thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate it. So crazy stuff's going on here, folks. How about this? I ended the show with this yesterday. Two items. Lana Payne, how are you doing, my dear friend? I just wanted to know, yesterday, we know about January 6th, about the Capitol rioting, whatever. Anyway, there was a woman who was accused of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop. Now, she did steal it, obviously, and she went away. They arrested her. They put her in jail. But she got some time off. And I mentioned this yesterday if you were watching the show. Do you know what she got time off for? Remember, she's locked up. It wasn't a death in the family. It wasn't somebody's birthday. It wasn't somebody she had to get to. She asked to go to the Renaissance Fair, which I love the Renaissance Fair. But this is so they gave her time to get off and go to the Renaissance Fair, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a woman who robbed Nancy Pelosi's laptop. God, Chris. Hey, let's go to the Renaissance Fair. God bless. Crazy, right? And how about this? There's another story I ended with yesterday. It was so good I had to say it again. There's a group of Starbucks employees are trying to get the store that they work at better working conditions, and they want a raise. So they've been asking, and they can't get it. Worked at the Renaissance Fair is great. Yeah, I love the Renaissance Fair. I go every year, Lana. But anyway, there's a group of employees for Starbucks trying to get a raise and trying to make the store better. And they're asking, they're not getting anything. So what did these employees do? They kidnapped the manager. They kidnapped the manager of Starbucks until they get their money and get the store, the location fixed up a little bit for what they need. They kidnapped the manager of the store. We were saying it was just like the story, National Lampoon Vacation. Remember when Clark thought he was getting a big check and he was going to get a pool? Well, the company decided not to give any bonuses this year. So his cousin went out and kidnapped his boss. Well, he kidnapped the manager of Starbucks. We'll have reservations for December 10th, Speakeasy. Okay, beautiful. So that's crazy stuff that's going on. Let's just kidnap the guy. He ain't going to help us. We'll kidnap him. Anyway, folks, it is Wednesday, August 24th. I'm already trying to get into the fall already. And then when I heard this crazy news, folks, crazy news, ABC News, of course, ABC, a 6-year-old boy was sexual harassed in River North area in McDonald's at the bathroom. A 6-year-old boy sexually abused in the McDonald's bathroom in the River North area. And the River North area is a ritzy area. See, that's what I mean. They don't give a shit anymore. Stuff that's going on, it doesn't make a difference. It's a 6-year-old boy in McDonald's bathroom. When the kid goes to McDonald's, hey, we're going to get a Happy Meal. We're going to have fun. I feel safe. It's good. And there's some asshole molesting a 6-year-old in the bathroom in the River North area of McDonald's. Nothing is safe anymore. One of my favorite television shows ever. Now, you know I love The Honeymooners, and I loved Sanford and Son and All in the Family. They were all my favorite TV shows. But my favorite TV show, and don't forget The Sopranos, that was one of my favorite too. But one of my favorite TV shows that's coming back for season 12 is Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. Now, Larry David, I never found out about, I never watched Seinfeld. I didn't care about Seinfeld. But I loved Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, Larry David, if you don't know, was a writer. He was a comic, of course, stand-up. But he invented, with Jerry Seinfeld, he invented Seinfeld, the show. So he was always the writer and the creator of Seinfeld. So when I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, this guy, Larry David, if you've not seen this guy is brutal. And I love him because he's honest and he always puts himself in certain situations that always comes back to hit him in the ass. But the point is, he's honest to himself and he doesn't care what he says. And, you know, I understand you have to be politically correct right now, but sometimes this politically correct stuff is getting a little anal, a little too anal. Tim Seaton, how you doing, my friend? We had Tim on, folks. He is, of course, one of the sales and board of directors, of course, for the great Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Route 66 in Joliet, Illinois. We had Tim on talking about that. He also got the great Tom Dreesen on last Friday. So, Tim, I hope you're doing well. Dick said he is a genius. Dick, my good friend Dick, how you doing, sir? Larry David's my idol. If you've never watched, pretty much like me, yes, Lana. Of course, he makes a lot more money than I do. But Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm, season 12. I mean, he lets everybody have it. He doesn't care. Here's one thing. I should give you a little example. Larry David's wife, Cheryl, ex-wife now on the show, but during the show, his wife, Cheryl, she's Catholic, and Larry David's Jewish. So he has the family over to the house. He has, for the first time, they're having Christmas at Larry's house. So he never had a Christmas tree. He had to get everything fixed up so Cheryl's parents would be happy when they came to the house. So as they're sitting around talking, Larry David goes to Cheryl's parents. You Catholics, you guys always do the sign of the cross when you eat. Does that include snacks? Because you'll be doing that all day long. I mean, just some of the stuff that Larry David says is great. I'm doing the show in the venue. Diva and Jerry will be performing Heart to Heartbreak the same night. Oh, very good, Albert. It's going to be a good time. Love Larry David. So blunt, so funny. He's my idol. So go back and check out the old seasons, season 12 starting in September for Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Jeff Garland, too, from Chicago, great, plays his agent. Richard Lewis is in the show as well. It's just fun. You got Ted Danson's in the show. Cheryl Hines plays his ex-wife. It's just one of the great shows that you got to see. A show that tells it like it is, the way it should be in this world. All right, let's get back to some more things here, folks. Boy, get this. Alabama, the state of Alabama, ladies and gentlemen, disband the police department, this police department, over some racial texts. Of course, they found police officers talking to one another on their texts. They said what they said, and it was racial slurs, and they were disbanded in the state of Alabama. No police force. That just goes to show, folks, whatever you say, whatever you do, when it's a text or an email, sometimes when you write something, maybe you're pissed off or maybe whatever, might have had a few pops or whatever it is. Before you push send on your phone or email, you might want to reconsider that sometimes. You know what I mean? So them just saying what happened here, whatever it was, that's crazy. There you go. My favorite is when he goes to the Palestinian chicken place. Oh, Christine, that's great. Oh, when they're selling the tickets to, there's so much. You guys, I don't want to ruin it for us. You guys got to just go watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. All right, folks, Christopher Columbus statue. We know the problem, the drama it's had here in the Chicagoland area, 2020, when our Mayor Lightfoot was in negotiations during the day with our good friend Ron Onesti from Onesti Entertainment, talking about keeping the statues downtown Chicago. And in the middle of the night, the snake that she was took the statues away. Now, this was in 2020, in the middle of the night. And we talked about this before because during the day, up to that day that happened, they were negotiations and talking. It was moving forward. The conversations were good. So both sides were trying to get their side done. But in the middle of the night, she went there and took away the statue. And we all know the story about Columbus Day statue. Some would say he was a bad man and blah, 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 blah. And then, the statues were disappearing in all the states, not just Chicago, in other cities. Certain statues. It's supposedly bad in history, whatever it was. Then they, of course, 2000 last year when we had the Columbus Day Parade, which we do, and I'm lovely. We'll be back there again October 10th. We'll be on the Gulo International float for Columbus Day Parade. But anyway, last year, Ron Onesti said he had the statue. He was going to unveil the statue. So Ronnie went and got the statue, found in a warehouse, all dirt, all smashed up. So Ronnie had to get it to the point where people can see it. And it was going to put it on the float, but he bought it to the Casablanca, folks, the place, Casa Italiana in Stone Park. At the end of the parade, all the volunteers, everybody goes there and they feed you and you eat and have a nice celebration. Well, Ronnie unveiled the statue and people got to see it and take pictures in front of it, blah, blah, blah. And they've been in negotiations now for a while to get the statue back in the city where it belongs. Well, we don't know if it's going to happen on the term where the mayor is our mayor right now. It might not happen as long as she's mayor. Maybe a new mayor will change that, but we know that. But talking about Robert Provenzano, how you doing, my friend? According to the state of Philadelphia, and my buddy Felice is there with Rosa. They're going to the Italian Fest there in Boston. Well, they're in Boston, but this is Philadelphia, folks. The governor and the mayor decided to keep the Columbus Day statue, Marconi Plaza. The Columbus Day statue is still standing in Philadelphia. That was not taken down. So I'm just going to try to show you that here you go, folks. It's happening in Philadelphia, but Chicago just does. Maybe she has something against the Italians. I don't know. Because other statues were taken down, excuse me. But that's the news I was saying about in Philadelphia. They decided to keep it open. So that's a good thing. Kudos for Philadelphia. They have some balls. 43%. My good friend Mike North used to be on The Score. He's got a Twitter page that I follow. Mike North said 43% of people returning downtown. 43% of people are going back downtown to go to the stores or do stuff. 43%. And they're saying the reason why it's 43% because people are afraid of the COVID still and blah, blah, blah. But we know the reason why people are not going downtown Chicago, folks. It's because of they're afraid, the crime and safety. Let's not pretend here, folks. A lot of people are not going back to the city of Chicago. Personal friends of mine are not going back. Establishments are suffering. Restaurants are suffering. Everything, museums are suffering. They're not going back because not of the COVID thing. Okay, maybe some of the people are still afraid to go out because you ain't going to stop your life. It's going to happen. but mostly because of the safety and crime that's happening in the city of Chicago. Not safe down there. Carjacking, stabbings. I mean, that's just some of the stuff I didn't mention, but thank you guys for bringing that up. And I was shocked. I was shocked that they heard nothing about the Air and Water Show, which was successful, I guess. I don't know anybody that went there. My daughter went there, but they also went to a special one. Her boyfriend, Nico, works on one of these buildings. So they were up on a roof, safe from anybody, and they were watching it right there. So that was cool. But it's just, I know who my mayor is. Lightfoot isn't my mayor. I live in Franklin Park. I will never refer to as our mayor. I don't vote for her. Good point there, Albert, because I live in Elk Grove. She's not my mayor either. And I'm glad I don't live in the city of Chicago. I'm glad I'm in the suburbs of Elk Grove. So good point there, Albert. But anyway, folks, I was surprised I heard nothing about the Air and Water Show. No stabbings, no killings. Usually that would, after a big giant event, something like that, especially in the city. So I don't know. That could be a positive thing. Could also be that, the cops are on top of it. Things are on top of it. Even when you had Taylor Street Fest, there was no problems there. They had armed guards. I mean, they had, plenty of police there taking care of everything. So let's hope that Chicago is back on the rise. But for right now, only 43% of people are going downtown. That's just it. According to, let's get some dates out of the way, folks. Coming up, now we know what we're at this week. Got a busy week next week. Next Thursday, I'll be with my good buddy Nick Sahajas, the piano man. We're going to be, next Wednesday, we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle on the 31st of August. Then September 1st, the day after that, on Thursday, I'll be with Nick Sahajas, the piano man at Zaza's in Lake Barrington. On the 2nd of September, we'll be at the Taste of Melrose Park from 7 to 10:30, folks. 7 to 9 is Ocean's Rat Pack. Me as Dean, Elliot is Sammy, Bill Saratella is Frank. And then at 9:30 to 10:30, it's going to be Tony Ocean in the main event band with Tony Toto and Mikey D. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the 3rd of September, of course, we do Septemberfest in Schaumburg, main stage, 8 to 10. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then ending the Labor Day weekend on the 4th of September, we'll be returning to Pier 290 in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin from 7 to 10 with Jerry Jams and Tony Toto. So it'll be a lot of fun. Also, the 8th of September, returning to Jimmy's place in Forest Park. And then the big one for St. Jude's, September 18th. Very, very important, September 18th, folks, because St. Jude's. And all the money goes for St. Jude's, great organization we're going to do on September 18th. We're going to have Carl Doty on the show, Jersey Girls, yours truly, all Nick Sahajas, Rat Pack, a lot of people, Regina Karma, Mike and Tracy, a lot of people will be there for St. Jude's. So we do it every year. So that's a good thing. All right, folks, do all fairy tales begin with once upon a time? People ask. No. Sometimes they begin with, if I'm elected, I promise. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you, Stephanie, for sending that in. Stephanie from Glendale Heights. All right, here's the question of the day, folks. I own a lot of ridiculous what? We all collect. We all save stuff. Some people are hoarders. But what do you guys own? People that are watching. Kathy, how you doing? Emo, how you doing? What do you guys own a ridiculously amount of stuff? Anybody? I know ladies who have a ridiculous amount of shoes, purses. What do you guys have ridiculous amount that's in your homes that you collect or you have and it's just piling up everywhere? Jewelry. Lana says jewelry. Okay. Clothes and purses. There you go. The number ones from the women. Any men out there want to tell us? CD, watches. Okay, watches, cool. CDs. Yeah, CDs. All the stuff now is all at my mom's. The only thing that I have a lot of here is my models. And, make them. Shot glasses. Oh, Kathy, so you're the one that collects one every time you go. T-shirts. Okay. I got a lot of T-shirts too, but mostly at my house, I have a lot of models, the ones I painted myself. Remember the old Aurora models when you were a kid? Well, I had them at one time, and of course, and then my mom threw them all out. But I had to redo them all and repaint them, and they're in displays, and I got them all over the house. Got a whole stuff back here, if you can see. One day I'll have to show you. But that's what I have a lot of. So a lot of people, I don't know. Do you love your stuff? You hoarders? I don't know. Ever see that show, Hoarders? Purchased beautiful town. Beautiful town. You've shown them. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I did. at one particular time. And I'm building it. I'm doing one right now. I think it's the, I don't know which one it is. There's so many that I'm starting to work on. Hey, Tony, Peter from security at Displays Theater, tools, watches, shoes. Oh, Peter, see? So you got tools, watches, shoes. Peter, of course, from the security department at the Displays Theater and beautiful displays, run together by our good friend Ron Onesti. My uncle collected matchbooks and whatever he can't get anymore. Matchbooks was cool. How about ashtrays when you used to go to hotels? I knew a guy, folks, that stole Bibles. I knew a guy that stole Bibles and put them in his room and saved them from every hotel or when he traveled. Not supposed to steal the Bibles. They're there for people to read when they get in the hotel and they got nothing else to do. Oh, about it. Yeah, Bibles. Anyway, so what do you own ridiculous amount of? And that's what I said. For me, it's models. But I have all those shot glasses. They're all at my mom's house. They're all basement. And I got CDs, tons of them. And I've got LPs, tons of them. I just don't have any here in Elk Grove. Laura made sure that they all stayed by my mom's. All my ridiculous amount of stuff. How about this, folks? This is so, I do something sometimes called Weird in History. This is pretty cool. Cool that this lady lasted this long. American Civil War ended in 1865. So this girl had to be real small, right? The last widow died. Helen Viola Jackson died in 2020. So she was the last widow that survived the American Civil War in 1865. She's gone. She died in 2020. It was only 2 years ago. Pretty weird stuff if you think about it. She had to be a little girl. According to Fox News, folks, FBI must return to being a non-political agency. That I believe. The FBI should concentrate on FBI stuff, not getting involved in politicians. This is what Fox News says. Or whoever they're, you know what I mean? That's just me. All right. So we own that. We got that already. Okay. Anybody wonder, this is interesting. Anybody wonder why ladies' underwear, Tony Bisek, you collect a lot of ladies' underwear. Okay. I knew we were going to get a good answer from Tony. He always comes up with something. Christine, oh my God, I have tons of old matchbooks and from the old Chicago clubs and restaurants. Yeah. They used to be cool getting those matchbooks. Even those ashtrays, or like you said, even the shot glasses, or the VIP cards. I still got my Jilly's VIP card from downtown, buried somewhere. Those were cool. You used to collect that stuff. Or dice. Remember when you used to go, or playing cards when you used to go to the old casinos? You get them from the Riviera, the Sands, the Sahara, that. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Here's one that's very interesting, folks. The UPS. United Postal Service, UPS, the brown trucks that you see all the time. People ever wonder why they're colored brown? Well, folks, UPS started 115 years ago in a little place called Seattle. Two teachers, Claude Ryan and Jim Casey, invented and started UPS. It was called American Messenger when it first started, folks. And when they were first making deliveries back in 1913, they were in a red and black car. And then, of course, it changed to yellow. But everything changed after 1916, and they picked the color brown. Why? Who knows? But that's why the color of the UPS trucks are brown. I don't know. You see the truck? What the hell? Crazy. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It is about 12:35 and a beautiful day on Wednesday, August 24th. Why do I want to say October? Oh, I know why, because I'm going camping. That's why. Sorry, it was in my head. It's Wednesday, August 24th, and that's why. According to Fox News, Texas schools in Texas are putting back the "In God We Trust" flags or signs. They're putting the signs back in the school where they belong. Now, I don't want to get into religion here, folks. I have Matchbook of 1956 with the White Sox home game when it opened. Oh, that's pretty cool. Because the delivers a lot of, and that's why Tony says UPS UPS trucks are brown because they deliver a lot of shit. Oh, boy, that's good. Carol, have a good day, my dear friend. All right, so schools in Texas are putting back the sign saying, "In God we trust." Now, just because, like I said before, I'm not a spiritual guy, but I do believe in God. I do believe what he gave me, my voice, my friends, my family, my health. I do believe all that. And I believe that everybody that does pray doesn't have to be the same God, but they pray to somebody. So when Texas puts these signs back into schools and saying, "In God we trust," I think it should be in every school, because it doesn't necessarily mean you have to believe in the same gods, but everybody prays to somebody, I'm hoping, right? So good for Texas. In God we trust. And they want to take it away from the money. Put it back. Leave it on the money where it belongs. Leave the American flags up there. America, United States, that's what it's about. Leave "In God we trust" where it was. Nobody ever had a problem with it before. Why all of a sudden now? It's a sign. Sign in the school. It's almost like the sign, the teacher's name is on her desk. After a while, we all know the teacher's name. If you're a student, why don't you just get rid of the sign too? Kudos to Texas. Happy birthdays today at Ocean Spit. My good friend turned 83 years old. Great comic. He was on Letterman. He was on Johnny Carson. I worked with him in Aruba. We were in Vegas. We were everywhere together. The great Pat Capuzzi turns 83 years old. Oh, I love Pat. I got to see him at Taylor Street Fest. He's still a funny man. I miss him very much. Michelangelo, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Antonio, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Also, folks, this Sunday we'll be at Antonino's in LaGrange this Sunday with Jerry Jams as well, 4 to 7. All right, birthdays for today. The great late Jimmy Sands. We just lost Jimmy about a couple of weeks ago. Of course, the lead singer, the man behind The Shadows of Night, the great Jimmy Sands, celebrated birthday. Happy birthday, Jimmy, up in heaven. Another great vocalist, a rock and roll vocalist. I think one of the most underrated vocalists. There's a bunch out in rock and roll that are underrated. Robin Zander of Cheap Trick should be up there. Lou Graham from Foreigner, what a voice. But this man as well, Jamie Jameson, originally from Indiana, of course, lead singer of the band Survivor with Jim Peterick, Frankie Sullivan, and High on You and Search is Over, and all great songs. Of course, Jimmy passed away a few years back, but the great Jamie Jameson. Happy birthday to Jimmy. Also a guy, folks, that made a lot of money, and every time he's still out there playing, the girls still go crazy for him. Mr. Jesse's girl himself, originally from Australia, the great Rick Springfield celebrates a birthday, folks. Seen Rick many times. We've been open for Rick. Great guy, great music, one hit after another. And a great guy, before he became the big superstar in Dr. Noah Drake on All My Children, then he became a big super pop star. In Australia, Rick Springfield was like one of the greatest guitar players up there. I mean, he was hailed as a great guitar player. And of course, because his popularity, his bubblegum and teeny bop, they kind of forgot about all that. So very interesting stuff. Sold out, sold out. Greg says sold out, sold out, sold out. Not even a bar stool open. Thank you, Greg. And that is from Taverna, giving us another message this Saturday for Rhino's going away bash. And we hope for great weather. Johnny Mastro should be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, he should. There's a lot of great guys. And me and Tim Seenan, who was on the show, we talked about different people and how they go about becoming trying to get into the Rock and Hall of Fame. And then there's a big committee and everybody, but that's good. Greg, America sold out at the Arcada too. Woo, very cool. Love America. Great songs. My favorite song by America, I Need You. It's ironically, it sounds like a Beatle tune. Also produced by the great George Martin, who produced the Beatle albums, of course, America. Very, very cool. All right. Rick Springfield, like I said, celebrated. Believe it or not, folks, I Dream a Genie. Barbara Eden is 91 years old. 91. You take a picture, Google a picture of now Barbara Eden, 91. You would never believe she's that old. Wow. Just goes to show when you take care of yourself. The great blues guitar player John Lee Hooker celebrates a birthday, the great John Lee Hooker. Vince McMahon, former CEO of the WWF, WWE Wrestling, birthday today. Great funny man comic Dave Chappelle, another one who tells it like it is, turns 48 years old today. That's right, folks, 48 years old. And the great Reggie Miller from the Indiana Pacers, who destroyed my New York Knicks a few years ago. If it wasn't for Reggie, my Knicks would have won the championship. Anyway, Reggie Miller, 56 years old, Indiana Pacers, major for National Basketball League, Reggie Miller. Happy birthday. All right, let's get going, folks. Antonio, got to go. And English is starting. All right, Antonio, be good and study in school. Study in school. Hope to see you at the Pier 290 September 4th or the Thirsty Parrot September 11th. Will be our last show in the Lake Geneva area for the year, Sunday, September 11th from 2 to 5. All right, folks, it always seems impossible until it's done. A great quote by the great Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. And you all know it's impossible, this will never happen, and it does happen. So, and I'm one of the guys like that. Oh, it's impossible. It never happened. I'm horrible with that. Oh, but Nelson Mandela says it. And I guess if, put your heart to it, do what it is. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But it's a great quote by the great Nelson Mandela. I hate it. Here's another thing I can't stand. Not that I hate, but it's kind of sad. Sometimes you go and meet people and you knew them from high school. It's an older person from high school. And you don't realize how old they got. You guys both went to the same high school. You're the same age. You look at some people go, I don't even recognize you. And they look like they're like 15, 20 years older than you. How many people, have that happened to you all? You bump into somebody you knew from high school and doesn't look anything like the guy? Now, granted, it's years has passed, but some people just grow differently than others. I think men maybe grow older, better looking as they get older. I don't know. That's my wife says. Right, Laura?
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Of course. Anyway.
Only you, I said.
Only me, she said. Oh, is that a crock of shit or what, folks?
I didn't say they're about men.
Oh, just men in general. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Facci made an announcement. Of course, he's going to step down in December after years of service. No wonder why he's going to step down. No shit, he's going to step down, Dr. Facci. You know what, doctor? Bye-bye. We won't miss you. I won't miss you. But anyway, Dr. Facci steps down in December. All right, folks, get this. Now, these are two grown men. Two grown men. They ransacked the guy's house. They broke his statue out in front of his house. Okay, that's bad enough. To ruin somebody's statue in front of their house. But these are two grown men. They also threw grapefruits and eggs at this guy's house. These are not kids. These are not kids like stuff that happens on Halloween. Remember, you used to egg your house and shit, or toilet paper house. These are two grown men. Not only did they destroy the guy's statue in his house, but they threw grapefruits at the house and they threw eggs. Unbelievable. What is wrong with these people? Eggs and grapefruits? Jerry Jams, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's just one afternoon. These are complete grown men throwing eggs and grapefruits at somebody's house. Well, the one good thing about it, folks, at least they didn't shoot the guy's house, shoot it up. But throwing grapefruits and eggs. Let's see. Imagine them planning in the basement. What can we get? I know, eggs and grapefruits. Let's throw that at somebody's house. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Dennis Rodman making an announcement that he's going to Russia to help release Brittany Greer. Good luck. She belongs there. She's not American. She went to Russia. She bought drugs there. It's against the law in Russia. And you're American. That's even worse. You're arrested. Before she got arrested, folks, she said they should never play the national anthem again at the games. She's not American. Dennis Rodman is not going to help you. Dennis Rodman is going to hurt you. But, hey, you screwed up yourself already. So don't go, please, me come home. No, you screwed up.
Really?
Respect America. Right, honey?
Yes.
There you go. All right, folks. Queen Elizabeth, according to New York Post, do you know that Queen Elizabeth has eaten the same food every morning since she was a little kid? I don't know how old Queen Elizabeth is, but she's had the same thing. And she has, during high tea time, she has jam sandwiches. Ugh. She, bread, whatever, and puts the jam on there and eats it. I don't know. I'm not much of a peanut butter and jelly guy. But this is the Queen of Elizabeth. Yeah, I guess they eat the jam with the crackers. I don't know. But she's been eating this every day since she was a little kid. Now, there's a few of us here at the home here that we love our health, try to be healthy. I try. I'm probably the worst one in the house. But turkey burgers and salad. Salad, put my turkey burgers. I was eating that almost every day for lunch. And a lot of people have certain milkshakes that are, healthy. They have one every day. Or someone will have eggs every day. But this lady, I don't know how old the Queen of Elizabeth is. She's been eating this shit since she was a little kid. She screwed up big time. There you go, Emil. Yeah, what do you want? It's those jam sandwiches. It's like Elvis with his banana. Didn't he like peanut butter and banana sandwiches or something? I don't know. According to the New York Post. Now, here's what's confusing to me. According to New York Post, the lady said, I left my dream husband. I left my dream house. I left my dream job. Now I'm gay, I'm happy, and I'm traveling. This is the New York Post. Now, the headline doesn't make sense. She said she left her dream husband, which means a dream husband would be someone that you're happy with, correct? Your dream house is a house you paid for and you love. And your dream job is a job you probably worked hard to get. But then she had this one makes headlines, folks. Now I'm gay and I'm happy and I'm traveling. Well, why would that make headlines? Because you gave up your family and you went traveling? The gay thing has nothing to do with it. You leave that part out. I think it's misleading. It should say, man, I hated my job. I hated my husband. I hated this. I turned, and now this is what I am. And I'm traveling and I'm happy. That would make a better headline. That's got to make the paper. That's got to make the New York Post, folks. Nuts. She eats Fruit Loops. There you go. Gotta love Fruit Loops. I like Cocoa Pebbles. That was my favorite, Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah. Virginia Patton dies at the age of 97 years old, according to CBS. Virginia Patton was the girl that was in the movie, of course, It's a Wonderful Life with the great James Stewart. One of my favorite movies of all time. Virginia Patton dies at 97 years old. People Magazine. Hey, my mother's 88, eats a toasted English muffin with butter and jelly every morning. Must be doing something right. There you go. There you go, Christine. Some people have their routines that they do all the time. There you go. Well, good for your mother. God bless her, man. 88 years old. God bless. Mine's 81, and Mama D's 80. So very cool. My mom will be 82 this year. According to People Magazine, folks, a Texas, here we go, back to Texas again. A Texas man was charged with headbutting his veterinarian father to death. Now, I don't even know why I had to say veterinarian father. But anyway, headbutting a guy until he died. George Martin produced 5 albums of Warner Brothers for America. I Need You, being off the debut, wasn't one of the albums George produced. Oh, okay. Well, that I didn't know, but I know I love the song I Need You, my favorite America song. Thank you, Albert, for that. Anyway, he headbutted this guy to death. So you hit him once in the head, you hit him twice in the head. How many does it take for this guy to die? Wow. Crazy shit. People Magazine. You'll be back because I got to get my hair. I got to leave at 2:15. All right. Anyway, sorry, Laura was just leaving, folks. Me too. It's my favorite. All right, there we go. Okay. I love this quote, and I think every man should follow this. Listen to this. I hate when that potential spam calls. I get spam calls all day long. All right, listen to this. The meaning of a man is what he does with his power. Now, you're a man, you get some power. What do you do with that power? When you get money, what do you do? When you get a special job, become famous, what do you do? Really is your character. You take care of your friends. Do you give the charity? Try to do the right thing. And when you see a man that does that, or even a woman that does that, that just shows character. That shows they do have a lot of power to do that. Now, power also could be to do good and bad, but it's what you do with power that makes the man. Great quote. I love it. My good friend, folks, Joe Cantafio, of course. Of course, Joe is the great from the Jade 50s band, of course. And I guess one of his just gigs, he just passed and kind of collapsed or something, and people thought something was up. But I guess he takes this heart medication and diabetes medication, and he didn't eat and stuff, so he's doing better. He's home, and he's going to be playing again. So, Joe, if you're listening, we love you, buddy. Thank you so much. I have the catalog boxes right here, and I had to check it out. That's okay, Albert. No problem, buddy. Don't crap on people on the way up because you'll get rougher on the way down. Yeah, kiss the ass because good one, Jerry. You're absolutely right, buddy. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Don't forget, you can see me and Jerry this Sunday at Antonio's in LaGrange from 4 to 7 this week. All right. Please be patient with the bartenders, or please be patient with the servers, especially this day and age when you go to those restaurants and you see a bartender that might not be helping you right away, or you see a server that's not going right, or something's happening. A lot of these places are understaffed. Be kind. Don't go to Yelp. I went to this place and my sandwich was cold. Or my waited 20 minutes. You know what? It's understaffed. Things are not going great in certain places. Be patient. That's what you have to do. And remember, folks, be patient. It's almost like a toilet seat. It only serves one asshole at a time. So stop being mad or mean or rude to a bartender or a waitress or someone that's trying to help in restaurants. A lot of these restaurants are understaffed. Tony T, what's up, brother? Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at Pasta Mia in Bartlett and Saturday at Taverna on Division. Make sure I never change and give the poor and still care of people. Oh, Emo, you're the best. Joe is a great guy, Tony. Hope you guys are doing well. Or I'll see you, Tony, also during the day tomorrow for a little bash with Ryan pool party. It's going to be fun. I'll see Jerry there too. All right, folks. What else we got here? Just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder, and you want to give the story, tell the story. Nah, don't tell. Give it to Mo. Give it to Tony O. He will tell you the story. Now, here we are, folks. Here is a teen. A teen in high school, a girl, that says she's a cat. She's a feline. This is a woman who wants to be a cat. Now, some of these schools are letting her come to school as a cat and not saying anything. And supposedly it's okay, according to the school, as long as it's not a distraction to the other students. This woman is dressed up as a cat. She's not talking. She's a feline. You need to dress her as a feline. She is a cat in school. And the court and the judge and the school said it's okay for her to be a feline as long as it doesn't distract the other kids in school. You don't think the kids are brutal to this girl when she walks in with a cat outfit on and says meow and doesn't talk? I'm going to leave it at that. You can't make up this shit, folks. Can't make it up. It's all over what you people love, social media, TikTok, and all this garbage that's out there. And this is where you get these stories. I wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for these things. And half of the stuff you send me and half stuff I find online. Pure lunacy, Rick. I agree. Girl going to school says she doesn't speak. She wants to be known as a cat. How about parents out there saying, I can't afford to pay my kids' school lunch. We can barely make ends meet. You ever hear parents who do that? And most of these parents, you know why? Because stop buying beer, lottery cards, and cigarettes. Maybe cut down on that. You might be able to get your kids from school when they go to lunch. I can't afford anything, but you got to have your lottery tickets and you got to have your cigarettes. Hey, I smoke my cigars, a different thing. Whatever it is, it's your thing. But if our kids needed something, we're going to be there. We're going to help them. We're not going to say can't do it because I'm drinking beer, lottery tickets, and cigarettes. Tony, Danny, Mazzy, what's up, my brother? President of Oceans, the Oceanettes. We'll see you tomorrow at the party bash. Dressed like a cat seeking attention. Jerry, this girl asked the school letting her do this. The school is letting that girl dress as a cat and be a cat and not talk. You think she's a whack job? How about the school that's letting her do it? How about those people in charge? Nuts. Nuts, folks. According to NBC, a Florida postal worker, a woman, delivering packages mauled by 5 dogs. 5 dogs destroyed this lady. You know what? Remember, always, who didn't like the postman was always the dog and bark when the postman would come? Excuse me. Does she use a litter box? You know, Bill, that's a great question. Does she use the litter box? Anyway, this poor lady was mauled. 5 dogs attacked this woman, and sometimes that shit happens, unfortunately. And you know what? The dog's only protecting their territory. Can't blame it on the dogs. Because you know what? Postmen, if you guys remember when the post office used to come at a certain time, basically every day, like after 4. But now they're getting later and later because they're probably understaffed with all the crazy shit going on in this world. But think about it. Poor lady goes to work, delivering packages to people, and then she gets mauled by 5 dogs. How about this story according to New York Post? The New York Post comes up with some good shit. Here's a guy, folks, they were on a train together. Better yet, they were on a subway together. Guy, total stranger, and a lady, total stranger. They didn't know each other. Well, she fell asleep on his shoulder. And now they are dating. Isn't that a romantic story? You know, she fell asleep, you figure, and he didn't push her away. He kept her there. She enjoyed a little sleep, and now they're dating. Funny story when you tell the kids, hey, how did you guys meet? Well, we were in a subway, and she fell asleep on my shoulder, and now we're dating. So I wish him a lot of luck. Hey, you got to give him credit. I mean, come on. That's a pretty cool story. Pretty cool story as it is, folks. We got 1 more minute left. Let's see. Oh, boy. I'm going to save this stuff for tomorrow, folks. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching the show, folks. Another great day. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be at tonight's show at JC Pub has been canceled. They moved it to October 27th. The owner forgot to promote it, so thank you, Joe. Don't worry about it. We're going back there October 27th. But Thursday night will be at Pasta Mia. 3 more shows at Rhino. Pasta Mia in Bartlett, Rhino, and Tony Toto, 7 o'clock, outside patio. Folks, and if it rains, we will be inside. That's tomorrow. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. 8 o'clock hit with Rhino Ryan. And Saturday, Taverna on the Vision. It is sold out, according to what Greg says. Taverna on the Vision in Melrose Park. And then, of course, Sunday, Antonio's in LaGrange. Sunday with Jerry Jams, 4 o'clock. I want to thank you all for watching the show today, everybody. And like I said, be kind out there. But before we say be kind, let's thank our last sponsor, of course, Patriot Funding Incorporated. Commercial money lending at its finest when timing is everything. 630-675-4730. Call Dave Antonelli at Patriot Funding Incorporated. It's been a great day. I want you all to have a great time, folks. And remember, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. Look forward to seeing you guys. Go out and shop local, as my buddy Danny says. Go out and support live entertainment, live establishments. Enjoy. Be kind. The great words of Ringo Starr, Richard Starkey, peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. God bless. See you tomorrow. Special Oceans Pit poolside tomorrow for Oceans Going Away Bash. Going Away Bash for Ryan tomorrow. Special Oceans Pit during the day. See you guys. God bless. Have a great day.